And this is the one thing, this is the last thing we're going to touch on during this podcast today. This is where Vaughn was going off a little bit in the beginning. I said I wanted to save it for last so he can get whatever he got to say off his chest. I wanted to touch on people without kids understanding people with kids. And I'm going to throw out there first, I was one of those people before I had a child. And I feel bad for it now. I didn't have a lot of sympathy for people with kids or parents. I just felt like, well, if your life's hard, you shouldn't have had all them kids, or if you complaining about having a child, you shouldn't have had one, or I can do X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to feel bad that you can't do it too. Like, I was one of those people. I hate to admit it, but it's true. I didn't really have much sympathy for people with kids. I moved around very selfishly. Like, I love kids. Any of my friends that have kids, I love them to death. But Jessica was just worried about what Jessica was doing at the time, how I was moving, and that's about it.
And, well, I want to just say, we don't want sympathy for you. We just want understanding. You know, that's where we are. For those that don't have children, and most people, they're not gonna do anything to, you know, disrespect anybody else's child, or because, you know, that just crossed the line. People know better than to do that, because you can get a different kind of reaction out of somebody when you either talking about somebody's child, when you involve the kids. It's like you have to be willing to take it there. And sometimes you have family members that don't have children, or sometimes you just have friends that don't have children who just, they want to be involved, you know, and they are very close. We love them near and dear to our heart. We'll do anything for them. However, you know, especially at a time like this, COVID-19, yes, if we invite you over, it's because we love you to death. Literally. Don't invite somebody else over when you here. Don't invite somebody else over that then hit me up asking me, could they come over? Like, we have a child, and this is what we're talking about when you're not really thinking about, and even the person that you're inviting over, love to death as well. We don't need 6 and 7 people in our space. We don't want it. We are totally against. I'm totally against it, because again, when you don't have children, you only thinking about yourself and what you have going on. You're not thinking about the person you may be calling may have COVID-19 or may not. They may be feeling great and just not have any symptoms. We can't take that risk. So, you know, I'm trying to stay relaxed, because again, before we came here this afternoon, it was some things going on that I'm just totally against, and I feel like you're not being considerate of what could happen. And I'm all about preventative measures. If you ask Jessica, what was I doing last night at 1:30 in the morning? I'm wiping the place down. I'm cleaning the place up for specific reasons. We'll talk about it on next episode in regards to one of our family members being sick. We'll get into that. So it just had me in a let me clean. I just want to make sure we wiping everything down. I've been looking at getting the vitamins. We got the elderberries, getting sea moss, all of that preventative measures, because yes, I've known plenty of people that have beat this COVID-19. However, it's still people dying. And then you have people that say, well, it's only like the flu. Hell, I don't want the flu. So stay over there. Like, if you got that idea, it's only like the flu, just stay away from me and mine. That's all I'm asking, because we got different priorities and responsibilities. And you can come over, you know, have a good time. We gonna greet you with open arms. And when you leave, if weeks later something happened to one of mine, or one of mine becomes sick, like, you not gonna want to be around me or even see me. because it's just going to be a completely different. It's going to be a different Savon, and that's not what we want. And I love my family. We just need understanding.
Yeah.
We just need you to understand that I'm not trying to be hard on you. I'm not even trying to say, hey, don't invite these people because I don't love these people. I'm saying I love my son more. Like, as simple as that. So if that means you don't want to come over because I'm tripping, because I don't want 9-10 people in my place. All right, well, let's just wait till it clear out. We'll wait to COVID-19. Like we just said, we got Zoom and Facebook. We can video chat and we can see each other. We can talk every day. But you just got to respect that fine line. We have to respect that line.
I just want to say, too, I know people have been throwing out there, well, you can't live in fear. And I believe in God. I don't live in fear, but I also don't believe in being stupid. You know, my mom, she works in the healthcare field. She's in an OR, risking her life every day, being
Shout out
around
Mama B. Being
around patients. And she has even said, I want to see my grandson. But guess what? I'm not willing to risk exposing you all or him. So until this blows over, I'm just going to have to see him through FaceTime, on the phone. She's just going to have to suffer not seeing him right now because she wants to take,
precaution.
Yeah, she wants to take precautions. She wants to take the preventative measures. Just like our mayor is asking, just because they're opening things up, that don't mean rush back into running around and back to doing everything that we used to do so quickly. We can take a little bit more time if that means being safe. I mean, everybody has parents. Everybody has, and even if you don't, you got grandparents. Everybody has elders.
If you don't have anybody that you care about, then that's when I would say stay away from those that do. If you don't have anybody that you care about, please stay away from those that do. Because even if you're impacted or you may not be impacted, you may impact their lives. And we don't want the death rate to toll up. We don't want sickness. We want this to stop as soon as possible. So we just have to continue to take preventative measures.
Just be smart, people. And even if you don't have anybody that you care about yourself to make sure that you're safe.
And this whole idea of what was it that you just said? Well, we can't stay in forever. The only reason you saying that is because you don't have a child or you don't have a parent that's in the hospital over this. That's the only reason you saying this. I guarantee you it's nobody that has a child or parent or sister or brother that's been in the hospital over COVID-19 and saying, oh, we can't stay inside forever, or saying we got to be let out. We need to work. If you ain't, because the reason, guess what? If one of us happen to receive COVID-19, we're going to be in the hospital away from our family. They can't be around us. So we would be in there by ourselves. We just trying to prevent it. And again, we're praying for everybody that has contracted it at this time.
And I want to say, there's people that are sick without COVID-19 that are in hospitals that can't have any visitors. There's some hospitals letting women have kids by themselves. Yeah. They're not even some hospitals aren't even letting people have one support person. So it's just like, I want people to really take it serious, because whether or not you get the virus, it's affecting the way people live. People have lost their jobs. People are in hospitals and nursing homes by themselves. Healthcare workers are putting their lives at risk. Essential workers are putting their lives at risk. So let's respect the people that are putting their lives on the line by at least just following some sort of precaution to make sure that you're keeping yourself safe, and so they're staying safe. That's all.
Yeah, yes. And lastly, while we talk about respect, I want to talk about something that happened to us this very week.
Boy.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. So